when the Lord speaks to you, when the Lord reveals something to you, when He is actually speaking and inviting you, you do it. You walk in obedience instead of just hemming and hawing and figuring out all kinds of other different rationale of why you shouldn't do that, why you shouldn't go that direction, or how inconvenient it might be. Because obviously, as we've looked at this week, the obedience and faithfulness to the Lord in the things that God is calling us to isn't necessarily going to be easy. It's going to take everything that you've got, and it's going to take more than you've got. He's going to take the strength of the Lord to be able to do it. And so when the Lord calls you to do something, you do it. Here's one example in Acts chapter 19 of the people in Ephesus. They became, this became known. This is the ministry of Paul in Ephesus. This became known to all who lived in Ephesus, both Jews and Greeks, and fear came over them all, and the name of the Lord was praised. Many of those who had believed came forward, confessing and making their deeds known. Large numbers of those who had practiced magic collected their books and burned them in the presence of everyone. And when the value of those books were added up, it was found to be to total 50,000 silver coins. And in this way, the word of the Lord continued to grow and in power and to prevail. So what happens with these people in Ephesus is that they feel compelled to take these very difficult, these very expensive things that they've had that they could just, sell on eBay. They didn't have eBay back then, but you know what I'm saying, that they could just sell these and just to people who did appreciate those. And instead, what they did was they came and they burned those things, because those things represented their old lives. Those things represented the disobedience to God. Those things represented idolatry and different ways of living without God. They represented those things. And these people wanted to make a clean break, and that was obeying the Lord, that they took these very valuable things and they burned them. They separated from them. They just took those immediate steps to be able to part ways with their old life without God into their new life with God. What is God calling you? What practical steps is God calling you to do to take that step of faithfulness and obedience today?